Rise and embarrassing fall of trolls in Warcraft.
There are not many other races on Azeroth older than the trolls. Before there were humans, before there were elves, Tarn, orcs, pandas, the trolls were there. In this video, we'll talk about the rise of the most powerful empires Azeroth had ever seen, and how they became the struggling kingdoms.
They have so many tribes, it's crazy.
Overthrown by the other races on Azeroth. So as far as we know, the origin of most troll culture comes from the mountains of Zandalari. It was here where trolls first discovered the wild gods, which they called the Loa, primal manifestations of life in Azeroth that...
One thing I was always wondering about the Loa, where do the Loa actually originally come from, and how does someone become a Loa? Because even a troll can become a Loa, right? If you look at Bromsandi, he is a Loa and he was a troll before. I'm actually wondering what the origin of the lore is. And yeah, by the way guys, if you're new to this channel, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more content.
Became the main focus of their
They are so fascinating, they have so much lore too.
The Zandalari trolls were the most powerful group of trolls at this time, and they lived in the highest parts of the Zandalari mountains. The villages in these mountains would slowly develop into the humongous city of Zuldazar we know today. Zandalari society was built on a class structure called a caste system.
Priests are so high.
Trolls are born into a position of power or destined to be a lower class without much wiggle room.
Yo, that's crazy. The priests are very, very high. I mean, it makes sense that the nobles are on top, right? Warriors are higher than even merchants. Okay, I actually would have thought that the merchants are above warriors. Okay. Because usually merchants have the money, right? They have the finances. So that's interesting. So they really are no warriors. Priests are super high. And nobles, yeah, of course.
Society was built on a class structure called a caste system, meaning that trolls are born into a position of power or destined to be a lower class without much wiggle room. It's important to point out that the Zandalari trolls are the trolliest trolls around.
The trolliest trolls.
From the other tribes.
I like that.
Their society is all about recording troll history, worshipping the Loa, and maintaining the holy ground their city is built on and progressing their society. Without the Zandalari, trolls as a species would have never had a chance. And over time,
so they're like the major tribe,
started to form
the leading
under
tribe.
The shadows of the Zandalari. Tribes
What?
The jungle trolls of the Gurabashi, the forest trolls of the Amani, and the frost
They have an interesting
trolls of the
language.
Chitauri. The Zandalari remained relatively peaceful with these tribes, as it was their mission to develop all of trollkind, not just themselves. Besides, they had a near infinite amount of land to share, so there was plenty to go around. Now, there was some infighting between tribes to show strength, but the problem was any conflict trolls got into with each other would only leave to heavy casualties on both sides. And besides, the trolls would need to learn to work together and fast, because there would be a very rude awakening in the future.
A rude awakening? Bugs, I hate
bugs. So the trolls had almost limitless resources and land to explore, but there was one place that was forbidden. At the base of the Zandalari mountains, there is a mound of solid black stones. The dark power of these stones were left untouched for thousands of years, until an outcasted shaman by the name of Zando succumbed to the whispers of a mysterious blade.
What kind of blade is that?
Told the troll whatever was under those rocks was an undiscovered powerful Loa.
Let me guess, it's actually not a Loa that's under the rock, but some sort of demon, or maybe even an old god or something. And this guy, he awakened it, or what?
Powerful Loa.
Let's see.
No!
What?
To awaken whatever power was deep within the earth, he performed multiple living sacrifices with the blade to appease this unknown power. And I don't think anything positive has ever happened from performing live sacrifices, so unsurprisingly, it was not a Loa trapped beneath the earth.
It wouldn't be a good Loa then as well. Wow!
It was the old god Cathraxi general named Kithix.
I told you guys, this must be something like either old god or demon, and yeah, this is related to the old gods. Okay, I see now, so this is Kithix. Thousands of years ago. Oh, the Titans.
You see, Kithix was alive back when the Titan Keepers were hanging out on Azeroth, I don't know, doing Titan Keeper things. And Kithix got into a scuffle with Tyr, and the two fought in a violent battle filled with explosions and violence that lasted 6 whole days, before Tyr delivered the final blow by self-destructing against the Cathraxi.
Wait, what self-destructing? Was he a cyborg or what? Holy shit.
The place where this explosion
so that's Tyr's hand.
Is called Tyr's Fall, which in Vicral tongue translates to Tyr's Fall.
Ah, that's why Tyr's Fall Glades are called that. So it's named after Tyr because he fought there and died there. So that's why it's called Tyr's Fall Glades. Okay, I see now. So that's the history. One thing I never understood, why was like Tyr's Fall Glades, like why is it always dark there and gloomy and stuff? Is there actually some fell magic or something around? Like I would love to understand why Tyr's Fall Glades is always dark and at night there. I wonder what the origin of this is. If anyone knows, please let me know in the comment section.
But anyways, despite Tyr's noble sacrifice, Kithix survived but was gravely wounded. He retreated to the Zandalari mountains where he collapsed in exhaustion. The Loa sensed this evil presence and buried him so he could never be awakened again.
What?
I'm sure they could have just told
Why? Why didn't you just finish him off if he's that dangerous? Why did they bury him when he's already in such state? Wouldn't it have been better if they would have just finished him off? Then they don't have to worry in the future about problems. I think Loas are strong enough if someone is like that weakened, right? Why didn't they try to just kill him?
Buried him so he could never be awakened again.
Ha! So stupid.
I'm sure they could have just told the trolls, hey, there's a giant goddamn bug monster the size of a skyscraper in the ground. Don't dig it up. But they didn't. They decided to stay vague about it.
Wow.
And now the trolls have a huge problem on their hands.
Yeah.
Thus began the Aekir and Troll War. A war where the trolls had to use their combined might to fight against Kithix and the Aekir, a bug-like race formed from the organic matter of the old gods. The trolls realized
you can actually tame some of them on the hunter.
Society would surely collapse under the old gods' might. The most powerful troll empires set aside their differences and made the most powerful partnership Azeroth has and probably will ever see. And that's the Empire of Zul.
Wow.
Zandalari, Gurabashi, Amani, and Drakari tribes united under one banner to kick some major bug ass.
What's happening now?
I'm gonna enjoy hurting you.
I love those edits by Platinum WoW. Holy shit.
The Aekir War lasted centuries, but ended with the Drakari, Gurabashi, and Armani tribes hunting down the retreating bugs to annihilate them for good so they'd never be a threat again. The Amani in particular hunted down Kithix in a suicide mission that ended with a majority of the Amani trolls dead, but they slayed the demigod and became legends in
That's exactly what I said earlier. This was so stupid by the lore. Why did they not just finish him off? Like the worshippers of the lore had to kill him later on. And he was already pretty much recovered, right? Yeah, this was stupid. The lore should have immediately done something. Yeah. And yeah, by the way, guys, if you're new to this channel, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more content.
Troll history.
Yeah.
Because the troll tribes were now so far away from each other, they became more insular and established their own unique cultures and history, but the Zandalari Mountains remained a place of
thunder? Holy shit, what happened? The Thunder King.
Zul'Thara, leader of the Zandalari.
Oh, that's a guy from Mists of Pandaria, right?
I have a proposition for you.
Lei Shen, yeah, the Thunder King.
Reached out to form an alliance.
It's from the Mists of Pandaria plot.
The two races were the most powerful forces on Azeroth at this time, and a war between them would be mutually assured destruction. So their partnership was more one of complacency. The Mogu promised a large section of Pandaria in exchange for their aid, and the Zandalari were suffering after heavy losses during the Aekir War, so they partnered up with the Lei Shen and the Mogu. Lei Shen was a good partner to have because he was kind of a badass. I mean, the dude literally pulled the heart out of the Titan Keeper Raw.
Wait, isn't that the heart at Siege of Orgrimmar, like when you fight against Garrosh? Yo, Garrosh had this heart, I think, right? That's the one. Holy shit, okay. So here's the origin of the heart.
Kind of a badass. I mean, the dude literally pulled the heart out of the Titan Keeper Raw and absorbed his power and fought the wild god Zulin in a battle that lasted 30 days. So he's definitely a guy that you want on your team.
Yeah.
The Zandalari would accompany Lei Shen in his next conquest for power in Uldum. The plan was to take control over the Forge of Origination. The Forge was an immensely powerful Titan Forge device that had the ability to eradicate all life on Azeroth if it became too corrupt.
That's dangerous.
Lei Shen with his Mogu armies and Zolthera.
No, that's a dangerous device. It's kind of like the red button in the White House, if that one even exists. Like, I don't know, there's some conspiracy going on that there's somewhere a button, and if you press this one, it's a big nuclear war. No, but seriously, holy shit, that's dangerous. Wait, isn't that like during the raid also? I remember there was like a raid and you go to one place and there's like a boss you fight against, and he says, okay, I'm no longer going to destroy Azeroth.
Came too corrupt.
This was the Uldum raid.
Lei Shen with his Mogu armies and Zolthera, the high priest of the Zandalari, with their troll armies, marched side by side.
Yeah, from Wrath of the Lich King.
Open up the forge. Stop having it be closed.
Lei Shen said. The race called the Tol'vir were created to protect the Forge of Origination and ignored Lei Shen's orders. They quickly realized, though, that they didn't stand a chance against the two armies, so they decided to edit some code in the Forge of Origination and not nuke all of Azeroth, just Uldum.
What? What the fuck? So they can use this machine for single locations. Yo, that's a very good weapon to have.
Guess
then.
what? It's ad time. Do you like WoW lore? Do you like getting
I
things for free?
love WoW
I
lore.
do. That's why I'd like to share a special deal with you. Yeah, you. Yes, I'm talking to you. If you go to audibletrial.com/plat, you can get a free audiobook. Look at all these cool Warcraft books they have on there. Wow, that's crazy.
You know, it's always like freaking me completely out. What's so crazy about World of Warcraft? Like, the lore is so deep in World of Warcraft. There are very, very few games that can actually keep up with the lore. I think that's also why it's so hard for like new MMOs to become super popular. I mean, sure, there are players that don't care about the lore, but if you make an MMO, you want to reach everyone. Those people that are lore fanatics and really love lore and are addicted, like me, sort of, right? Because I love the lore as well of games. And yeah, World of Warcraft has so many books, it's crazy. I heard actually the one from Illidan is really good. Like, one of my guildmates actually read it and even considered getting the one with Illidan. It's pretty good, I've heard. And yeah, Tides of War is also pretty good, I've heard. I don't know about War Crimes, I only know those two really, but yeah, there's so much lore. The only game that I can think of that can somewhat keep up with that is Elder Scrolls Online. The Elder Scrolls in general, there's also a lot of lore. And maybe Guild Wars. Some people say Guild Wars has some deeper lore, but I haven't played Guild Wars yet, so I don't know. But yeah, probably like Elder Scrolls and World of Warcraft and perhaps Guild Wars are like the top 3 MMO games when it comes to lore.
That's crazy. Or you could get a non-Warcraft audiobook.
What?
But the one that I'd recommend
Wait, let's go back there. What kind of book is this? In the Velociraptor's Nest, yo, by Christy Sims. Yo, what is this book about? In the Velociraptor's Nest? Holy shit. That's a very strange one, right?
Warcraft audiobook, but the one that I'd recommend is Shadows Rising. It's the newest book, just came out. It talks about the events leading up to Shadowlands. It's voiced by Princess Talanji, and you can get it for free and support me and get a great product in the process.
Really?
Just go to audibletrial.com/plat to get your 30-day free trial. That is audibletrial.com/plat. Get it. Okay, now I'm flying away in space. I'm flying away.
Yo, that voice acting.
Back to the video. The scorched
Pandas
land of
Suck?
Uldum turned into a barren desert, and Lei Shen, the high leadership of the Zandalari, and all their forces were obliterated in an instant. This sudden dismantling of leadership created a power vacuum for both empires. In the lands of Pandaria, this allowed the Pandaren to be victorious in their revolution against their slave masters. For the Zandalari, it was a scramble for power that made the wounded empire very cumbersome with their decision-making. The big question for the Zandalari was, so Lei Shen is dead, do we still get that land in Pandaria he promised?
Nope.
No, not at all.
I knew it.
The Pandaren now ruled the lands.
Why
the
would they?
Zandalari
It's
were
their home
promised,
now.
So they decided to take it by force. The Zandalari Troll Wars had begun when the Trolls descended upon Pandaria and easily took over the lands of Kunlai and pushed
Wow,
into
they
the
got
Jade
really
Forest.
far.
Victory was in reach until some random Pandaren named Zhang created the Order of the Cloud Serpents and destroyed the Zandalari armies.
Ah, that's the
forcing
origin of the
Trolls to
mount,
retreat
right?
back to their home and
Yeah,
lick
that's the
their
origin
wounds.
of the mount.
Okay, so 2 defeats in a row for the Zandalari. It could be better, but nothing could prepare them for the next major blow to Trolls as an entire race.
Arcane antagonists.
During this whole time, a small subsect of Trolls called Dark Trolls migrated to the very
Dark
center
Trolls.
of Azeroth near the Well of Eternity, a source of infinite arcane power. Over generations, the Well of Eternity would transform these Trolls into a whole different race. They developed glowing silver eyes, they lost their tusks, they stood up straight, they had 10 fingers, 10 toes, and these were not Trolls anymore. These were the
yeah.
first ever Kaldorei. This new
Oh yeah, right. The trolls became the night elves, like they evolved basically, right? And from them also came like different forms, right, from the trolls, because the blood elves and now also the void elves, they all originate from the trolls, right? So it's basically troll, then night elf, and then the night elf transformed, I think, to like blood elf, right, and then void elf. Interesting.
Kaldorei. This newly evolved
Oh, and
race
Nightborn.
adopted their
Nightborn too.
cultures, religion, and harnessed the powers of the infinite amount of magic their society was built on. The sheer strength of the Kaldorei grew exponentially. These virtually immortal, extremely magically gifted, arcane-wielding assholes
Wow,
spread
they really got
like a
buffed when
plague
they
across
changed to elves.
Azeroth. The disjointed and barely functioning Empire of Zul stood little chance against the powerful might of the Kaldorei Empire and their leader, Queen Azshara. The fact of the matter was, the elves could squash the trolls in an instant if they wanted to. So Queen Azshara told the trolls that if they stopped all forms of expansion of their empires, she'd let them live as a subservient to the Kaldorei Empire's
Wow,
rule.
that hurts their
Imagine
pride.
being a troll at this time. You are a race favored by the gods you worship. A race that has a history of being the strongest empire in existence, filled with conquest,
And then you're just being-
rich cultural history, and immense pride.
That's probably why the trolls hate the elves so much. Like, you can see this also with, like, Zul'jin and the Blood Elves, but then again, like, his land was literally taken, like the Amani lands, by the Blood Elves. But, yeah, the trolls, they don't really like the elves for that. Because they're a proud race, and they literally just downgraded them and made them feel like a lesser race or something. Yeah. I mean, it makes sense that they feel this way.
Then, all of a sudden, a race who were once trolls,
Yeah.
perverted by the power of arcane magic, have the ability
Those edits,
to
like
easily
Platinum
topple
WoW
your
does
empire
so,
and
like, very good
absolutely
edits.
humiliate you into being a complacent empire forced under the Kaldorei rule or face total annihilation. This event
Wow.
filled the trolls with
So they were at
great
their
resentment,
mercy, basically.
a resentment that can still be felt to this day. One phrase continues to echo through every troll's mind. Man, fuck elves. All my tribe hates elves. And what's even worse is these dumbass elves
Wait, what's going on this picture with the pens? Holy shit. Why are they all having the pens down like that? That's weird.
fuck elves. All my tribe hates elves. And what's even worse is these dumbass elves started a war that introduced demons onto
Oh, yeah,
Azeroth,
right.
and the war ended
They're the
with
reasons
whole
why the
world
continents were made,
exploding.
right? Oh yeah, the
Now,
maelstrom.
almost every single troll tribe was completely disconnected from each other. Thankfully, the Holy Land of the Zandalari had a trick up their sleeve.
What trick?
It's called plot armor. And during the sundering of the world, they had a magical shield that protected Zuldazar. But still,
Oh.
the heart of troll culture was now an island totally separated from every other tribe. Join me in the next video where we go over every single tribe and discover their fate after this devastating moment in Azeroth's
There are very few
history.
members of the other tribes
And,
now, I believe.
Spoilers, almost every single tribe dies in a horrible, horrible, slow, painful death.
Oh shit. Okay, let me like this video now. That was a very good one. And holy shit, like the trolls, they really had it rough. Like, I feel like from all the races, the trolls are in general like the ones that probably suffered the most. I mean, the gnomes also had it really hard, right? When like Gnomeragon fell and all that, right? But holy shit, the trolls and the tribes. Like, aren't there like some tribes that also went like extinct almost? Like, there are not so many Armani trolls, for example, I've heard, right? And didn't like Alat now move to Zandalar? Holy shit, I feel so bad for the trolls. I wonder if the trolls are going extinct one day. Let's hope not. I mean, now that the Zandalari joined the Horde and the Darkspear trolls also, I think actually the Horde is what keeps the trolls now alive and still existing. Because I recently unlocked the Zandalari trolls and we are like literally saving the Zandalari trolls from extinction. Like, they're being invaded and their numbers aren't as high as they used to be, right? So it's pretty interesting. I feel like Platinum WoW does really good lore videos, and I actually really love reacting and checking out those lore videos, because like I said earlier, I'm a lore freak. Like, I love lore of games, be it World of Warcraft, be it Elder Scrolls Online or other MMOs. I'm really into the lore. So yeah, what do you guys think about the trolls? Let me know in the comment section. And if you guys are new to this channel, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more content. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you liked this one. And I will see you guys next time.